welcome to this video where I will be showing you guys how to play Estación Primavera from Vicente Amigo, which I believe it is a pateado. Before we start, I just want to mention a few things clearly. First, I want to apologize in advance because I'm not going to use the metronome for the video. It's mostly going to be for the fingerings on the left hand and talking a little bit about the harmonies inside the song. It's very, very cool stuff inside. And also another thing is that it's not going to be exactly the same as the original in the album Tierra, the one recorded there. It's going to be closer to the version I recorded in the video, in the cover video. So let's go ahead and start with the intro that I just played. I'm going to play it first slowly and then talk about the harmony because there's something going on there I want to mention. First, he's starting with the trebles down here. He's going 0, 4, 6. Okay, again. Now, this part you can do picado here. These 3 notes there, you can go open E. Now you do the bass and continue with the arpeggio technique. This open second with the ring, and then you go, so after this. Now index middle ring. Okay? Now what's interesting there, for me, I found out that he's not indicating the bass in the first chord. This one. So we kind of have 2 options there. It could be either an A major 7, let's say. He's playing the A bass later when he does, and then A. Or, which I believe the chord will be C sharp minor, 9th. Because later on, I will show you in the falseta coming, the first one, why I believe this is C sharp minor and not A. Okay? So this part clear. After this one, he's opening up with okay. This is quite tricky for me to play it slowly. I will try my best there. So first, starting with the open E string, and then hammer on with the left hand on the 4th fret 2nd string. Now here, diminished. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 1, 4, and then going 4, 5, 4, 5. The chords. Now kind of based on the cadence here because he's going chord dominant. Again. And what's interesting to me is that he's not closing until the G sharp flat 9. He's not stopping there when he goes to the first falseta. That's, to me, I like, because he's kind of leaving it hanging there before he goes to the first part. So for example, just to give you an idea, what I mean by that is, if I close the whole way, it would sound something like that. It would be kind of closing the whole sentence, but instead of that, he just closed at A, he stopped at A, and then went. Right? I like that part. So, doing it slowly on the right hand now, the strumming patterns there, I do, probably, it's not like Vicente for sure. So, here we have, so 3 movements on the right hand you can do. You can do in 2 different ways. I will show you both of them. So one of them, which is the one I just did right now, is the thumb down and thumb up, and then putting your palm on the right here on the strings, without having to sound them too much. For example, if you do, it's mostly for us to indicate the rhythm for ourselves, instead of doing, right? If we put something in the middle just to keep the rhythm flowing, and that so that we don't go out of compass, let's say, we do easier for us, and it's also kind of sounds cooler, right? So this is the first way. I will do again, thumb down, thumb up, without playing the chord. Could be muted, and then placing, and then repeating here until this diminished chord there. Okay? The other way, what I wanted to say is that instead of just placing the hand, you can do another action or movement, let's say, which is this type of strumming or muted strum, let's say, with the 2 fingers middle ring, and then closing with the right side of the palm, let's say, and going, for example, this way. It's another possibility, right? Just substituting this one with, it sounds louder this way, which I don't like. I like it to be here kind of soft, mostly emphasizing on the movement going down with the thumb for the melody. So if we go like this, this is the main melody, right? So if we go, easier to understand the melody until here. Now, after this part, you do 1, 2, 3 with the fingers going down if you want, and then index going up. If you want, you can use the middle finger here after the legato. So and then we put the C sharp minor. So small golpe before, and then abanico, for example, thumb up, pulgar, annular, índice, ¿vale? Okay? One, two, three, index up, down, up. I like to play the melody with the index here, so that it's even more clear, because we're playing all the chords, so it can be a little bit difficult to catch one string. So because we're focusing on, right? So if we do, we have this index, and we change, of course. So okay, one more time. Okay, very difficult to play it slow. I apologize if there's something missing or something different, but it's okay. I believe if I do the same thing I did slowly, if I do it fast, it would be, I hope that it's the same. Now, what he's going after that, he's going to E minor. Now comes the part what I was saying before, why I said it's C sharp minor, because this melody is opening up with E minor, and then going to C, and then B minor, right? I'm going to play you guys now the melody he opened up with in the beginning. on E major, so this one, but on E minor, just to show you the link between the keys that I mentioned before. The chords were C sharp minor, A major 7, and then G sharp minor 7. And then if we go to E minor, it's going to be E minor, C major 7, and then B minor 7. Now check this out. If I play the melody, let's say, right? And how similar it is, right? The chords. I didn't notice in the beginning that it's actually the same chords, just on a different key. You can put a different melody and it will sound this different. Or at least I didn't notice, for example, what the chords were. That it's the same, just on a different key and a different melody. This is something Vicente is incredibly good at, using the same, let's say, chord progression and putting so many different melodies inside that you don't even probably, or at least I, for example, don't notice it's actually the same chords, but he's just putting so much different melodies. Now I will do it slowly from here. Again. The way I did, again, I did in the video was changing a little bit changing just a little bit the melody, which Vicente does also very, very often. Not repeating the two parts exactly the same, right? Again, the second time. Here. Okay? Now the next part is going to another key, which is, I want to talk now about that. Very interesting. Now, right? He's going. Now what happened there? I was looking and trying to analyze the best way to explain it on the transition there, what happened. The closest I could get, I will explain to you. So let's take, first he was on E minor, and then he went to G sharp minor. When he went G sharp minor. Now how did he end up there? I will show you guys a good way to go to this key from E minor. If you take the cadence on E minor, E, D, C, and then B, flat 9, let's say, no? Now if you take the flat 9, if you take this chord and instead of playing the flat 9, you go 9th or B major, you end up in this key. Switching between these two keys, right? So let's do it again. Going from the cadence on E minor to D, check this out now again. Like I did before, okay? That's the way, the closest way you can get from E minor to B major or G sharp minor. Now what Vicente does very often when he changes between these two keys is he doesn't go to the major key when he shifts. He takes the relative minor, which is G sharp minor, and plays from there. For example, in this case what we did was is the minor chord. Let me show you another example. There are two on the top of my head that I can think of. That's very clear what he did. One of them is Morente, the Granaina. When he does like this, right? He's changing from this key, from B, and going to the G sharp, right? It's very subtle in a way. It's very far away actually, the keys, right? But if you take that, the flat 9, and instead do the major, let's say 9th, it's right there next to it, changes everything. So if you do again, and take the relative minor, you will end up in this key. Another example I will give you is the one called La Estrella, with Estrella Morente. So if you think about it, the first one Morente was for Enrique Morente, I believe, and this one Estrella Morente together. Now there's a solo part when they close. He opens up with this. Remember this one? And then he goes, changes from major to minor, from B major, because this one, the major is B. Now he changes from B major to B minor, so he goes again, changing keys very quickly there, from the flat 9 or from E minor, and directly going. Again. Now there's another melody right after the one, this one I believe. If you remember this one, it's super beautiful again, here. Remember this one? So this one is even more clear probably, because he's closing with the cadence. Let's say when he does and then, which is basically the flat 9 already, and he goes to that key with using also the minor chord, right? And then he goes to E minor again, and it's just switching between these two. You get some very interesting sounds when you switch with these two keys, right? Let's go back now to the Estación Primavera. It's doing the same thing basically. Now slowly I will play from here, this part, the transition. Now to play this part slowly, the closing here, he's going, I will show you first the melody, only the thumb, and then adding the index, okay? So 1. Now if we add the index, we go. When we put the pinky right there, we play the index together. Then we can go with the index down, up and down. It's a little bit tricky here. Okay, at least how I played it again in the video, I believe. I didn't do that actually. This way, okay? Now Now the part coming after this was this one. Okay, I'll try to play it slowly, starting from here. Now it's kind of doing also the same harmony he opened up with. If we do, let's see. That one, no? Same. Now let's go ahead slowly and do it again. Okay, let's do till here this time, and in the next video we will continue the rest of that. Okay, I will see you there. Cheers.